All right, that's the end of my talk. Questions? Anybody about anything? Ben has answered all of his questions. Anybody? Floor is open. Discussion is also an option here. Feel free to discuss.
What's your favorite type to write for?
My favorite type to write for? I like long form stuff. I started liking short form stuff until I wrote Second Time. I think even after writing College Life, I still like short form stuff. Because we did a bunch of sketches about college life stuff too, and I really liked those.
I think what really started liking it when it was, what was it, after we were done the Second Time? Well, probably during it too, but like when we were planning on that other thing that never happened.
Yeah, when we were planning out another web series that didn't come through.
Crazy.
Yeah, I fell in love with long form stuff. It was when I was writing Second Time, I fell in love with long form stuff. From the get-go, as soon as I had the idea for the series, I was like, oh, it's so cool that you can build a series around something like this, like a framing device like the 3MA scenes. You know, it'd be like, oh, to use that, you know, like repeatedly and have these characters develop. Because I realized how much more, because there was some character development in College Life for sure, but nothing like what happened in the Second Time. Because it is a comedy. Comedy doesn't necessarily rely as much on character building as something like Second Time was, where it's all about the relationship and how the characters interacted. So you got to know your characters. But definitely long form. I love doing like web series, and short films and stuff like that are fun too. I haven't written any short films actually on my own, but it's definitely something I want to try. But good question. Good question.
I just like to carry a notebook around with me if I randomly have ideas.
I thought you were making like a Second Time notebook reference.
No.
I was like, mine. I'm like, it's on my desk right now. I'm like, I've got it. Yeah, but yeah, carrying. Michelle makes a good point, and that writing down ideas when you have them is a really important part of this whole process. You guys, I think, know that there's a Google Doc on our drive that has like a list of like 50 or 60 ideas that I've had, and like I would write them down on my phone. I wouldn't write them on my phone. I type them into my phone. Otherwise, you know, the phone gets all scratched up and there's ink all over it. It's hard to clean up. But I'd jot them down into my phone, as anything randomly funny happened. And like we revisited one of them recently, the parking one that we just shot the other day. That was an idea I had freshman year, I think, when we were writing College Life, and it just never happened. But I wrote it on that list, and then, you know, having an idea list like that is great because you can come back like months or like years later and be like, oh, this is still really funny, you know, let's shoot this. Or you can look at some of those ideas and be like, what the heck was I thinking? Because I did that for some of them too. Like, this is horrible, this would never work. But, you know, and sometimes I'll write down even just like funny lines. Like, the funny line that I wrote down is like, it's like holding hands with your legs is the funny line that I wrote down. I don't remember really what the context was, but it's a great quote that we're going to use somewhere at some point. Some of the YOLO lines I'd written down before too, things like that. Yeah, YOLO was interesting because it is based in real life. I didn't talk super long about YOLO, but it is based somewhat, like I said, on Jordan, because he literally wrote down. I texted him. I was like, "Hey Jordan, how great would it be to have a web series about living the YOLO lifestyle, or something, or about how swaggy you are?" He sent me 35 rules, and I grabbed 10 of them. I started just grabbing the first 10, but there were some on there that we definitely couldn't shoot. There were some bad ones, and like we shouldn't release that kind of a thing. But I picked some of them out, and then I just took basically just the rules and just expanded on them. So that's how that came about, because it was like, he's like, these are the rules of my lifestyle. So we wrote them down, and we wrote them into scripts. We expanded
Even
on
though
them.
that one's a web series, it's
Even though that one's a web series,
long form,
right? It's not exactly long
each part
form.
is separate.
You get to know the character of Jordan definitely more and more each time, but that's what I would call a sketch series, in that it's just sketch after sketch. There's not a lot of continuity. Really, something long form, series-wise, does have to have like one continual storyline. Like shows like Lost or like Breaking Bad are like long form like that, like very episodic, and that, you know, each episode sets up the next, and so on and so forth. And there's the continual plot line, like something like Second Time. And even College Life had a little bit of that. College Life kind of a mix of both. There's a lot of it was very sitcomish, and then it was very situational in each episode. But there were also like
There was an underlying plot.
there was an underlying plot the whole time. There were characters moving